I am Christina Howard. I'm faculty at Lane Community College, and I'm an executive board member of the Lane Community College Educators Association Union. I'm here because it's May Day. It's a recognition of workers' rights, and I am here supporting the campaigns of our pro-labor, pro-worker candidates for the Lane Community College Board of Education. Many of the voters don't know that they can vote for all 4 zones. There are 4 seats available for our Board of Education, so I'm just here spreading information about our pro-labor candidates so we can keep Lane the community's college.
I'm here on May Day to celebrate with people in our community. We're all experiencing this takeover of our government and this creeping fascism, and I feel that we need to bond together to stand up and fight back, and at the same time cultivate our solidarity and build community and help each other out. So it's both about what we're resisting and saving and nurturing what we love.
Hi, I'm Ben Mannix. I'm the lead steward of natural sciences of the GTFF, and I'm here today to help strengthen connections between local labor unions and community organizations so that we can work together, united, working on projects together in our community.
Hi, so this is the Students Cooperative Association, and we're 3 different cooperative houses for queer students and non-students alike. We're anti-capitalist, no landlords, we're all part-time owners, and we work together to organize ourselves to make decisions about our finances, our maintenance, our social culture, and we just hang out together a lot and have meetings and just live together and work together and provide ourselves with safe and affordable housing.
That making a just world was not just about reforming, but about remaking society. Almost 20 years later, labor organizers in Chicago came together once again to demand change. The union they started, my union, the Industrial Workers of the World, looked at the promises of those first May Day strikes in 1886 and took them further. While many same labor unions that organized the 8-hour day responded to violent government crackdown with compromise, the founders of the IWW demanded more. They wrote in the preamble to our Constitution, quote, "Instead of the conservative motto, a fair day's wage for a fair day's work, we inscribed in our banner the revolutionary watchword, abolition of the wage system." This kind of uncompromising and radical belief that our government is terrified of and that liberal institutions shy away from in their attempt to find safety under the umbrella of state power. With politicians saying more explicitly than ever that our value comes only from our ability to contribute to an economic system that enriches them as it steals our very lives from us. It is more important than ever to carry on our banners, these revolutionary watchwords, and demand more. Abolish the wage system, abolish ICE, protect trans people, and free Palestine.
Yes, so I'm Colin Heatley. I'm a 5th-year PhD student in history at the University of Oregon. Thanks so much for being here. It's great to see so many folks come out on a beautiful day. My academic background is in labor history, but GTFF is where I became an organizer. I got involved because my friend just kind of came up to me and asked me to join the organizing committee during our 2023 contract campaign, where we won 30% wages above the minimum, protections for international students, and a lot more. We were ultimately able to win because we systematically set goals and built power together through organizing, and then we used it. Being a part of GTFF has easily been the most fulfilling and rewarding part of my life. But also, all of that was just by necessity too, right? Like, we got paid like shit, and we were terrified of how we were gonna make it day to day. And that applies to, most of us probably here in one way or another. We're all here in part because we're fighting for our lives and for our futures. I don't have to stand here and tell you all the details of what that looks like, right? Like, you all experience this on a daily basis. Many of us don't get paid enough to pay our rent and put food on the table, and all the essential things that we, the public, actually own, like Social Security, public education, Medicaid and Medicare, are being stolen from us and destroyed in front of our very eyes as I'm speaking right now. Our free speech and right to protest is being decimated, and in general, the rug is being pulled out from under us. And there's really no easy way out of this. But I can tell you, looking at both right now and historically, the labor movement and really the connections that we build with each other in our community from and through the labor movement needs to be a part of the way forward. And it's an exciting, if scary, time to be part of it all. So there's a wave of labor militancy right now across the country, class struggle unionism, where workers are standing up and fighting back together and demanding what is theirs. And even just at UO, where I work, our faculty union came within hours of a strike. And through their contract campaign, they brought tons of new committed people into their ranks. So shout out to United Academics for a big win and for conducting an incredible campaign. Currently, right now, our undergraduate student workers, UOSW, are on strike actively at this moment. And it is nothing short of historic. And they're in their fight for their very first contract. Shout out to UOSW. And like I said, I'm a labor historian, so I don't have all of the answers, of course, not even remotely close for what we do. But here's what I can tell you. Our essential services that are under attack right now, Social Security, right to collective bargaining, etc., they were not won by asking nicely for it, by those or to those that are in power right now. Bear with me. They were not won just by petitions or strongly worded letters. There's a place for those things, but our keystone social services and rights were ultimately won because people who care about each other organized together and disrupted the day-to-day operations of their workplaces, of their cities, and of national and international commerce. We all have leverage as people who engage in the world, whether you work or not. If we're gonna win, we need a different vision. We need class struggle unionism. For too long, and really since Reagan, the labor movement has been in hiding. We've over-relied on lobbying politicians, both locally and nationally, and we've shied away from that organizing model that won all that stuff in the first place. The percentage of workers represented by unions has declined alongside that model because it doesn't actually help us build power. For example, there is a supermajority of elected Democrats in Oregon right now, with the Democratic governor, some of whom labor helped elect. They could enact higher corporate taxes tomorrow if they actually wanted to. And this is something we all desperately need in this state. The issue isn't that they don't know what we need or how to do it. The issue is that it's political will that is not there. Bottom line is they feel like they don't have to answer to us. Because right now, we don't have the same leverage that big money and interests do in Salem. You know it, I know it, and it's embarrassing, to be quite honestly. The corporate class is more organized than we are. We need to get organized ourselves, build our power, and fight hard for the type of world we all know is possible, using our leverage as the people who make society function to get it done. So where to start? So part of the reason we're all here is because we all care about each other and to also visit all these cool folks and get some cool swag and good food and all that stuff. But, for real, we're always under pressure to stay isolated and alienated from one another. And we need to push back against that as a starting point. Like, if you don't know your neighbors, go talk to them and go meet them. Ask how your colleagues are doing. The labor movement could be this spiritual equivalent of an atom bomb for us ordinary people that helps us break out of this mental conditioning that we're forced to cower while we're being destroyed. And instead, we need to assert our dignity. But we need to intentionally build those connections with each other first. So I'm just going to leave it with that. Thank you for your time. Happy May Day. Free Palestine. And please go to the USW picket line and donate to their hardship fund. Thank you so much.
So we are an amateur group. We are come one, come all. We have no auditions. And we rehearse once a week. People of all abilities and experience with music. and we're always looking for new singers. So if you're interested, you can go to eugenepeacechoir.com and check us out. The next song we're going to sing is called We Are Community. This was written by a former member of ours who passed away a few years ago. His name was Larry Dobberstein. He was a musician and guitarist, and he worked for community access television, and this is his song.
Hi, this is fellow worker JR with the Industrial Workers of the World down here at the Eugene May Day Park Block celebration. We're tabling here talking to workers.
We are Eugene Friends of the Farm Workers. We were a support group for United Farm Workers Union in 1972 to 76. We are still supporting farm worker rights here at the May Day celebration. And a campaign we're working on is the boycott of windmill mushrooms by United Farm Worker Union. These mushrooms are sold here in Eugene at Safeway, Albertsons, Marketed Choice, and other stores. So please support the boycott of windmill mushrooms.
Part of our work in Oregon is to support PECUN, our statewide farm worker union, Pineros y Campesinos Unidos del Noroeste, which has been around organizing farm workers for a couple of decades, several decades now. And they're out in Woodburn. We had a nice benefit for them here in Eugene in October. Sent them about $10,000. And they're very active in Oregon, organizing for farm worker rights and supporting farm worker bills in the legislature to, for example, limit farm worker exposure to heat and pesticides, and also to gain basic worker rights like overtime pay.
Kids would be amazing. We want kids to grab a hold of each of one each of the ribbons and spread on out. So I see some kids grabbing a hold. If you do not have enough kids that want to be part of the maypole, we can have adults who want to have fun as well. You do not need to know how to do this. All you have to do is be able to walk and hold on to something for at least a little while.
Always been a tradition, as it relates to, May and the labor movement. So, that's a big part of what we wanted to bring back, and it's just an awful lot of fun. I really like having kids involved and having something like it's just super fun. So yeah, I always like to incorporate kids into trying to make a better world. You know what I mean?
Grab a hold. We have some delightful folks who will be accompanying us here to get the music going. We're going to be braiding a gorgeous maypole design along the pole. So you should be ready to spin, walk in a circle, and start to get going. We're going to have some good music with you in just a moment.
Hello, this is Emily from the Student Insurgent, which is a student-run newspaper at the University of Oregon. We were founded back in 1988, and we've been taking submissions from the community and people all over the country ever since. Our main writers are artists that submit are fellow UO students, but we also get a lot of submissions from the community. We also have this important program called the Prison Project, where we send our issues to incarcerated folks, and we in turn will publish their art and writing and poetry and anything they want to tell us about. And yeah, we're really happy to be here today at the May Day celebration. We stand with the workers of the world, and many of us are workers as well. I'm a UO student worker, and I'm currently on strike. So we'll definitely be covering that as that continues to evolve. Yeah, we're basically.
I live at one of the Student Cooperative Association houses, and we're out here at May Day to talk about why we think cooperative living is such an important building block for the future. We own our own houses collectively, we share resources, and we're able to take care of each other and build a better future that way. We have communal dinners most of the time and share all our resources. We have tools and bike workshop and huge industrial kitchens, 3D printer, dance pools, and so much more as a collective.
I'm Joy. I'm with Dissonant Times. We're a new monthly publication representing movements from across the Willamette Valley. Like I said, we'll be producing monthly publications. We just launched this last April, and we are currently fundraising to be able to produce print publications. We're here tabling at May Day, letting people know what we're about, and showing off our first issue, which came out on April 20th.
Included in our issue is going to be regular column featuring people that are incarcerated in the area, stories from people that live on the streets, environmental justice, just creating a publication that amplifies the stories that most need to be told in the area.
I'm Zach with the Neighborhood Anarchist Collective. We are here in the community. We're here at May Day 2025 to celebrate workers and leftism. We are here today just distributing zines and stickers for free. We're also helping with the free market to give out clothes and other supplies that people have donated. It's related to our Solidarity Share Fair event that we do a few times a year that has free clothes and food and supplies and services like haircuts and massages for people. We have other projects distributing zines and doing movie nights. We have a transformative justice project, a free school that's like a skill share and workshops. Providing resources for people fleeing states that are harder on trans people to come here, a brake light clinic to do simple car repairs, propaganda removal, removing fascist or white supremacist propaganda, and a mutual aid support therapy, among other projects.
This has been a lovely year for us here with the Radical May Day Coalition, and I'm Jacob True with that coalition helping out. This is our largest one yet, so we've been going on for the last 5 years. COVID was pretty light. We had to be very spaced out, but as we've been growing and more people coming out to these events, more union folks, more environmental and mutual aid groups. We love having people come out and learn about what May Day is all about, and come help us build a better world. We have free store over here, free food, and lovely music events. We always love doing the maypole, which is a good opportunity for us to take an old tradition and have kids enjoy it. We brought it out not only for this event, but last year at the encampments at the University of Oregon. And right now, they're the ULSW student workers are on strike there too. We've been helping and supporting them too. So it's been a fantastic time.
Not for this. GTFF isn't really the largest